Dan Vann from Evolution Sports Coaching, from Christchurch. I've lived overseas a little bit, but mainly, yeah, all in around Christchurch. So I started at, so I've been sports coaching for close to 20 years. It's always been a passion. I started my job as a teacher, and that kind of led from coaching. So I've always had that sort of educational coaching sort of background. And then I went to England to play as a player coach about 7 years ago, and worked for a guy who had a business sort of similar to mine. And I thought that'd be quite a cool thing to do, follow my passions, and I just thought I could do probably a better job than he was doing as well. So it's just really nice to have be able to coach my style and do things my own way and have that freedom, and I managed to build it up to a point where I can run it and pull back from the teaching. So yeah. Yep, so I started playing cricket for Sumner at about age 16. I played there forever, pretty much feels like. And then at, 21, went over to Canada, play as a player coach there, which is quite a cool opportunity. Back here I was kind of like the young fella that got to do a little bit, but didn't do heaps. And then managed to have a really good season over there, got most runs and most wickets in the league. Came back here and brought that back and sort of worked my way up the team. Managed to captain for a while, and now I'm sort of the coach and the club captain of the whole club. And then in terms of training, so I got a Bachelor of Teaching and Learning, and I've also done level 2 coach for New Zealand cricket. And then just lots of little things along that. But I'm always trying to keep in touch with what's going on out in the world of coaching. We've done a lot of overseas stuff, so taking teams on tours. Been to India with Cricket Live Foundation, where we taught the locals how to coach the sort of New Zealand sort of style, which is a bit different to the way they do things. And I've also taken the team to Sri Lanka, and also played a few games in Australia, and I had a season in England, which is actually probably the turning point where we, it was my sort of chance to step up and be an actual coach of a full club, and I got to do lots of ones-on-ones, and that's where I really found that it was the best way I could get the best out of players. And then I ran a few holiday programs, and that kind of led me to starting Evolution Sports. Yep, yeah, a lot actually, especially my philosophy. So when I was probably 20, 18, I used to think the best coaches are the ones that won all the games. And I remember when I was probably at Chisnellwood first starting out, I would coach to win. So old Johnny would sit on the bench and not get any cricket, not any games. So it was cricket, rugby, and I don't know, for some reason I think that's just part of our culture, that it's accepted that that's a good way to do things. But I think it's complete opposite now. So my philosophy's changed, that my role is to make the best I can make out of a player, and obviously we want to win games, but if I can give people opportunities, we'll try and win every game we can, but I'm going to give everyone in my team the opportunity to try and become better. And if we don't win games, it's not the end of the world. And I think that brings out the best in the players and myself. Like when I coach games, it's far less stressful when you're not worried about, winning every game. Like, I still want to win, but I'm not. I know the sun will come up tomorrow if we don't. So yeah, it's changed a lot, and I've really enjoyed that, and I'd really like to try and get some people to change their philosophies in that the way as well. If I turn it back to, I think it's probably from my teaching point of view, if I was a reading teacher, and the kid who's got the worst reader, we don't take the books away from them, do we? They need to read to get better. So it's the same with sport. You can't get better from the bench, and so you're trying to give them as many opportunities as you can. Yeah, cool. So this is our sports cricket holiday programs. So we try and run them all over Christchurch, so we can sort of get different parts of Christchurch involved. So this is our sort of east side one, it's at Burwood Park. and we'd run them every holidays in the summer months. Basically, what we do is it's all about having fun. It's all about lots of participation, but also learning a skill and then trying to put it into a modified game and sort of a bit of pressure, but a bit of fun. We try not to have lots of lines and lots of drills. It's trying to have lots of things going on and lots of chances to learn. So, yeah, the big thing is it's fun, and every year we seem to get more people coming. So, and kids are telling us that it's fun, so they keep coming back. So, I must be doing something right. So the first one, the biggest one by a mile, I reckon, is feedback. So I see a lot of parents, which is awesome seeing parents down here helping the kids out, but I see a lot of arguments between, young Johnny and his dad or whatever, because there's just lots of critiques. You're not moving your feet, you're not doing this. So just chucking in lots and lots of positives, so not well timed, like the way you moved your feet, just little things like that, and then chuck a critique in there, or you could chuck it back at them and say, hey, what could you have done better there? Because if they critique themselves, it never seems as bad or as negative. So just giving them lots of positives so they've got some confidence, and then probably the other one, which is a really easy one, is the scale of what you're doing. So if you say, and trying to work on one thing. So like if we're doing a front foot drive, if they can't cope with you throwing the ball at them, because you're probably a lot bigger and faster and stronger than them, scale it back to an underarm or a drop drive or something a little bit easier. And if they get some success there, they're gonna feel good, they're gonna get the skill right, they're gonna execute it, and then you can progress it, and then they'll be able to hit the throwdowns. But if you just keep throwing throwdowns and they're missing 9 out of 10 of them, they're not going to get any better. They're going to hate the activity, and they're going to give up. Yeah. And they're probably going to have an argument.